So what a lot of the investors are saying to us is, well, where can we get some return? We're guiding them towards currency. We believe that the currency market offers some great returns.
So David, recent years have been difficult for traditional asset classes. So should investors start to adopt a new approach of treating currencies as the new asset class?
Very much so. I mean, we're facing a lower for longer yield environment, and investors are sort of scouring the horizon looking for returns. And traditional asset classes are probably letting them down a little bit. And I think that currencies probably come into its own, and it presents some great opportunities for the investor.
And currencies are one of the biggest around-the-clock financial markets. So what are the risks that are attached to using currencies as an asset class?
Well, currencies will always suffer the same sort of risks as other asset classes. Although I think probably in currencies' favour is that for currencies, those risks, those asymmetric risks, tend to be more driven by government policy failure or central bank action. Whereas if you look at things like commodities and stocks, there's probably a bit more sort of other risks attached with those products that may be not as general in nature.
And now looking at market fluctuations, so currencies are known to be pretty volatile in the markets. Emerging markets, for example, are on 12-month highs at the moment. So what kind of currencies would you say are the ones to keep an eye out for? Which are the ones that have the most appeal at present?
The emerging markets definitely present more volatile opportunities. The risk-reward obviously is skewed much greatly towards the risk in those markets. We at Hunter Burton, we tend to more concentrate on G10 currencies. We don't really get involved in emerging markets. We only touch free-floating G10 currencies. And their volatilities are fairly manageable. Once you move into that emerging market space, especially the environment that we're moving into with sort of uncertainty with central bank actions and policies, then your risks definitely increase quite dramatically. But so for us, we're more concentrating on currencies such as the euro. We see a lot of opportunity there going forward, and also the yen, and of course sterling's presenting some great opportunities going to the end of the year. And being this part of the world, we can't ignore the Australian dollar or the Kiwi dollar.
Absolutely. And we've mentioned that the currencies have a new appeal as a new asset class. Are there any previous and traditional asset classes that you would maybe say to have advice to take a step back from?
Well, I think what we're seeing is what we've noticed in the last few months, definitely with potential investors contacting our organisation, is there's been a sort of realisation, a concern that the equity markets have probably been fairly stable and haven't actually given people that much reward, definitely on the capital side. If you look in Australia, for example, I think over the last 10 years, equity returns have been quite flat. And then they look at where they can park their money as an alternative, and they look at the traditional bank deposits, etc. I mean, Australia is quite a high yield environment, but still in Australia, it's only about 2%. So what a lot of the investors are saying to us is, well, where can we get some return? We're guiding them towards currency. We believe that the currency market offers some great returns. It's a very deep market. The liquidity in the market's quite strong. If you look at that turnover, somewhere between sort of two for the spot, up to 5 trillion for the overall market a day in turnover. It's a 24-hour market from Monday morning through to Friday close in New York. So there's a great opportunity in that market, and it's also the great ability to take advantage of opportunities.
Fantastic. Well, David, thank you so much for joining me on the line to provide your insights.
Thanks, Jessica.
Well, that's all for myself and David, but if you did like this interview, then please do like and comment on dukascopy.tv.